Hello everybody, welcome to another live stream with Mint Markets. Today is Friday, the 21st of March. At the very beginning, let me remind you that all being said and shown here is my personal opinion. Please do not take this as trade or investment advice and do not risk real money on anything being said or any trade being shown here. You might lose money. Let's start right into the analysis. We have 10 a.m. New York time, and I have already done a trade in my private account, not live streamed, but I took along from here for like 40 handles or something, like just a little scalp above this high here. However, I don't want to talk here too much. I want to find and trade live in front of you, and that's what we're going to do in this session right away. I have already marked a couple of important areas here. We have a first presented fair value gap here, and we have the opening range here. We took liquidity. Let me just explain you real quick what I did today. We had liquidity taken out, and the opening range high midpoint is here, so that was my target. 19781 was not reached yet, but that's not yet necessary for the trade. And we tapped into the first presented fair value gap. That was a long entry for me with the directional bias of the midpoint of this opening range here. So far we took out this high here, and a little bit choppy, but we will work with it. And like overall I'm bearish. Like the market structure on the daily is bearish in my opinion, also on the 4-hour, 1 hour, 15-minute. So I'm inclined to go to short this here, but I wanted to see some displacement, because on the other hand I could also see a long here intraday after taking out this liquidity, going deeper into this range for the midpoint, for example. But this here is a short setup on the higher time frame, in my opinion, but I want to see some confirmation first before I short here. So far we're still kind of in this range here. All right, let's see. I'm a little bit more willing to take a short here. A long here, sorry. Intraday I'm looking for a long. Longer term I'm still bearish. Let me see what we get here. If you are watching, if you have any questions or any thing you want to comment on, leave me a comment in the chat. I will be happily answering. Your comments and questions. So let's see if we can. I have done the annotations already. We have taken out daily lows here, 1, 2, 3. on the downside, and on the 4 hour we have taken liquidity out as well. For the session, I'm a little bit more motivated to go long here. We have a fair value gap here. I will be monitoring this one. We'll be monitoring this one for inversion. Besides that, this overall could be a short setup. So far, we have not been able to reach the midpoint of this opening range here, opening range gap here. But we are in the middle of the price run, kind of like from this high to the low. We are here in the middle. And there is no very convincing setup for me at the very moment. Slight tendency for a long for me, but I can see both sides, so this is not high probability because I could see the short here for continuation lower, but we have taken out the highs so far and we have still a bullish market structure here. We have taken out this high here, so we have a breaker here and we have unfinished business here. We could go to the midpoint of this opening range gap here. Since it's after 10 already, so let me check. The first fair value gap has not formed yet on the 1 minute chart. All right, seems like we're getting a little move lower from here. Not all that convincing yet. We might retest this first presented fair value gap here. A little bit fickle again today. Not the easiest week, even though we have already carved out some profit this week. Also, let me remind you, or let me ask you, in case you're watching and like this kind of streams and like what I'm doing, be so kind and leave me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Would be a huge motivation, would be very motivating for me, and help me to grow this small little channel. So now we have our first fair value gap here, 10.08. 10.08. We have one here, but this is at 9. So let's see if this holds price below for a short setup. I'm not really interested in going short yet. I want to see some displacement first, ideally. But this is a potential short setup into this first presented fair value gap. So for a couple of handles here, one could be taking. I will also, what I want to do is I want to mark the opening range, which is the highest high and the lowest low between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. So that's here. So we are inside the opening range yet. We have not broken out here. And here we have the midpoint. So what I'm willing to do is I'm taking a long here. I will take a low. I'm taking a long here for retest of this first presented fair value gap. My stop will be below here. I will be very nimble here. I'm not willing to risk a lot of money in this environment here. So stop is good here. All right. And I will move the stop to break even here. Let's see if we can get my take profit here. So far so good, just a small little scalp here. I wanna move my stop loss in plus here. Oh, what the heck. Okay. All right. So 100 euros locked in here. And our target is hit. Very nice little scalp. First trade of today hit. Another 700 bucks here. That's nice. Let's blend in the executions. And execution labels are actually on. Perfect. So small little scalp here for 40 handles in the let me see here. Ah, 35 handles in the Nasdaq. Nice little scalp for today's session already. That's how quickly it can go. And I'm very nimble today because the market structure doesn't look very nice here. The market structure is a little bit fickle, so I'm content with small little scalps here. And let's see if this fair value gap can act as inversion for another run higher. Target would be, we have retraced into 50% approximately, below 50%, have taken out the liquidity here. And what I want to see is this works, this fair value gap working as an inversion fair value gap to run higher and take out this opening range high out ideally, and maybe run even higher to 19781 in a perfect world, and if I'm right. But so far price action is still very choppy, and we have also sell side liquidity left here and the first presented fair value gap, so nothing says that it cannot go here back into this first presented fair value gap and make another attempt to run lower as well. So I'm watching this as a key level here. I don't want to see the midpoint being broken, at least not on a closing basis. That's what I'm watching for, a run higher if we see that. If we break this fair value gap here, if we close below it, we might attack these equal lows and come back into this first presented fair value gap here. And let's see if I will make another trade, only if I get a really nice entry level under these conditions. Otherwise, the risk reward is not for it. You can see that the session so far has been very, very fickle, but the gap is also pretty big. The gap opening range gap is already 250 handles overnight, so we had huge movement overnight in the Nasdaq. So far it looks good. So far the bodies respect the midpoint and looks like we're closing above it, which is a good sign for higher prices here again. I'd be looking for bullseye goes here. I think this is a possible target here. First target, of course, here, and then we will expand it higher here if we find strength. Also very nice trade here from the first presented fair value gap. Could have been almost 80 handles. Impressive. What I also want to annotate, if we have time, is the midnight opening range. Let's see if there is some interesting levels there as well. So here we have the midnight opening range. Highest high, lowest low here. My chart is already pretty busy here. I think I can put the executions away now. Pretty choppy so far. So was good to take a little scalp and move out here. Sell side liquidity here. buy side liquidity here. Two levels we need to watch. If we break this inversion fair value gap, run on the lows is in the cards, in my opinion. So, which is also the first fair value gap of the session. Almost a second retrace to it. And looks like we're attacking the opening range high here, which is good. Now first target being reached. Nicely done. And second target is the midpoint here, as I mentioned. Let's see if we can still get that. So opening range high being tagged. We can project the opening range high further. So we could go as high as 19,824 if we really find some speed up. And now looks like we're going right to the midpoint. As I mentioned, I could see a short setup, but I'm not really into the short setup, and we can see why. Because we have taken lows out recently, and we have a draw here to the midpoint of this large gap. If we are very elevated, we have relatively equal highs here. The highs from between 615 and 810. Also potential candidates if we really find some strength here. Forex calendar or calendar economic, I have not shown yet. Friday today, we have no news. So another potential long here, if one is very bullish or if one is bullish, we have the opening range high here as support. We have a fair value gap, old high here. So potential long entry here if we really go higher, or if we're really elevated and go higher into this midpoint here. One could take a long here. So far, this fair value gap should ideally be respected, in my opinion. This should not be totally filled, not be broken by any candles bodies. This should ideally hold. And I will actually take another. try another entry here, and I will target the midpoint here of this opening range gap here, a little bit below here, and my stop will be right above here, just below the midpoint of this gap here. We've just taken out the high shallowly. Ideally, if I'm right, we should find support in here, at this high of this opening range. Second fair value gap here should ideally not be broken. We are fickle, so we might see some retracements, and I might be wrong, but ideally that's what we see. My stop is just below the midpoint of this fair value gap. If we retest that one, it should also ideally not completely fill. Let's see. Again, price action is not very favorable today, so I don't like the reaction actually too much right now. Let me another second retest of this fair value gap here. I was thinking to close it, but it's actually too late now. I mean, not really too late, but I will sit the trade out. So far, still everything in play. It might retrace and stop me out, but if the trade is good, or if the conditions are not too unfavorable, it should not stop me out. We have a retest of this fair value gap here. Ideally, we see bullish green candles now. And we respect this fair value gap here. Not ideal reaction so far. Have some time distortion here. Back to the midpoint and very close to my stop. And here we go. Stopped. It's alright. Just a small little setback here. Hard conditions again. Still in profit. 400 bucks. Not heroic, but it's all right. So second trade, one trade, take profit hit, one little stop out, but overall still all good. Maybe my stop was too aggressive. We will see. Or maybe I was just wrong. So we are back deeper into this range now. Let's see how it reacts at this fair value gap here. still think we could see higher prices in this session. I'm not 100% done yet, but on the other hand, we have conflicting analysis. On the 1 hour, it looks bearish so far still. On the 4 hour, it's pretty indecisive, a little bit more bearish. On the 15-minute, it looks much more bullish than on the higher time frames. We have another fair value gap here on the 5-minute. We have another one on the 3-minute, so far respected. 2-minute, actually could go lower, could go higher from here again. Hello Abdul, my friend. Good to see you. How are you? How are you? Yeah, I have already scalped with my real account, with my private account, short little long, and also 2 scalps traded here. But I agree, it will chop until the daily range is broken. Let me tell you what daily range I'm talking about. All right, let me know what daily range you're talking about. I think we will still go higher here. I can still see upside potential from here. We have the midpoint of opening range here. I will remove that one. We have midpoint of opening range here at 19,780 approximately. And I'm willing to take another long here. I'm willing to take another long here for a short little scalp to the 600s. And my stop will be below this low just made here and below this fair value gap here. So if it comes back below here, the probabilities drop anyway. So it should find strength from here. '11th March low and 17th March high. Market is stacked. Yes, that is one of my models. I call it the Fabian model. The Fabian model. All right. The long. Oh, my long. All right. And let me see. The market conditions are not ideal. I'm actually not really feeling well with this trade right now. Feeling like I'm probably gambling unnecessarily. I think I will kill the trade. I will kill the trade with just a very, very small. Oh, nice. Okay. Stupid close. Just thought I'm going to close break even and had 100 minus. Stupid. And now it's rallying. Okay, that's all right. Still in plus today. Still 300 bucks plus. And I should have held 1 second longer. like 1 second longer. All right, nice timing. However, I don't feel very confident. It's too choppy for my liking. I think it will still go higher. Here we have relatively equal highs here, and we have the midpoint, so I can see it go higher from here once we respect this fair value gap, but it's a little bit too choppy to be fun trading. It's not fun trading these conditions. And yeah, March 11th to 17th, we have this range here, this daily you mentioned. And so in summary, when the liquidity taken out on the 1 minute time frame, check if the price is respecting the last up close candle. All right. So in summary, so when liquidity is taken on the 1 minute time frame, check if the price is respecting the last up close candle. Okay. Last up close candle, and then give me another PD array paired with it. Okay. So that's your Fabian model. Last 1 minute MB up close candle pair with a fresh fair value gap. This scenario long is not valid as per my Fabian model. It should pair with something in the mitigation block and then give respect. That's my Fabian model. It's a bit more complex as there are things to avoid in terms for valid entry. All right. MB's mitigation block. Thanks. Got it. Yeah. And as we can see, it is truly not valid since it did not respect the fair value gap so far. But it's also it's also the conditions today, as you already mentioned. We do not have high probability conditions, so I guess I'm happy with my small little plus today, and I will not try to overtrade today. I might just blow the profit by overtrading here, and it's just not clear enough. Very, very fickle. Just does not respect PD arrays. It did respect PD arrays so far as of the first presented fair value gap. That was my two trades I was profitable on, long here and the long here. The one in my private account here and the one on the stream. But besides that, it doesn't seem to respect a lot of PD arrays here. Just took the high of the opening range here, and now we are back below this fair value gap, making this and this fair value gap at 10.22 an inversion fair value gap. All right. Yeah, it's cool if you are able to make your own models. It's cool if you know what your strengths and weaknesses are and can tailor a model right to your psychology and to your needs. That's cool if it works. If you have the back testing on your side. That's amazing. The stats on your side. Try 7 handles per day, that's it. I'm willing to lose max 20 handles. Okay, cool. That's cool. My target is like 75 handles and lose 20 handles. Now I'm working on a model called Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg. Okay, funny names. So you like a German Second World War name. All right, nice inversion reaction here from this inversion fair value gap. I was thinking about taking a short here. Now it's too late anyways. Here we have nice reaction of the inversion fair value gap. Going lower, attacking this low here. And maybe we even see the liquidity here at the first presented fair value gap and the relatively equal lows here. So I could see this as a potential target here. And I like your risk management, Abdul, because I have not like the same, but I'm risking 30 handles max a day and okay, World War. Okay, should be careful in Europe with loving World War II. We in Europe we don't like World War II too much. um, but yeah, good that your nation was born. Besides that, there is not too much positive about it, I guess. However, um, trading is very positive, in my opinion, at the moment. Um, I can feel how I develop myself. I'm getting better every day, which is really cool. More understanding every day. And about my risk management, Abdul, I'm risking max usually 30 handles a day, and I'm aiming for like 50 handles approximately. But you have a nice 2-to-1 or even more than 2-to-1 risk reward rate. A 3-to-1 risk reward ratio, sorry. So that's nice. Thank you, Abdul. Appreciate it. I'm learning slowly, you know. I'm not perfect. I'm still doing. I still have flaws. I'm still doing some shit sometimes, but I feel like I compare myself to myself, and I feel like if I compare myself to half a year prior, I'm really making good progress. I'm really happy about this. I'm getting more profitable. My win rate is going up. My analysis is still accurate, and my psychology is also getting much better. So yes. Um, Excuse me for a second. I just have to. Okay, no, I will just. I got a call, but I will. Yeah, small changes can definitely bring a change, bring a lot. I'm grateful for every tip, and if it fits me, I will adopt it. Bias King, thank you. Obviously, you have your family, you have to take care of other, and on the other hand, I have nothing to do than this except the A levels. Easy, I'm here. All right. Um, but it's also impressive how you developed, Abdul. You're so young and not trading very long, and it's impressive how quickly you found profitability and how good you already became. You're making your way. Um, Still fickle, so we have this fair value gap here, retested, reclaimed fair value gap, took out the low, had a reaction off there again, so we're still in the range. Also, we have the opening range here, midpoint 50%, so we couldn't make it to the midpoint. Yeah, 2 years. That's still impressive. 2 years is quick in my opinion. It's quick. I'm trading like, I mean, I'm not trading actively like this so long, but I think I started like 4 to 5 years, like first starting like learning ICT slowly. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I'm glad I was able to. I'm glad if I was able to help you in any way. And yeah, it's cool if I do these streams and if it has some benefit for someone. That's amazing. And I actually did it because I thought, okay, maybe a lot of people are looking to get kind of, even if it's official or not, a signal service, but I thought a lot of people might be interested in seeing the trades and the analysis I'm doing for whatever they want to do it, maybe copy or something. But it's cool if it also trades, if it's not only taken by signal, but also helps with trading development in general. Great, great, great. And yeah, I think like I'm actively trading like on a daily basis and really like live money and demo and everything, probably 3 years. And overall with trading in generally even longer. But oh yeah, Discord, I'm sorry. I'm just it's for me it's a huge like I have so less time in between my schedule, so I'm like before and after the stream I'm so busy all the time with my company and everything that I'm that for me it's a it's how do you say, I don't know the English word. It's a huge barrier for me to take the time to install a Discord channel. But I have it on my list. I will do it eventually. I just, for me, it's a huge barrier to take the time to download a new app and install the app and things like this. But I have not forgotten about it. Mm. Yeah, you need to convince me a little bit more. Okay. Uh, what are my benefits if I install Discord? You have 2 minutes to convince me, Abdul. Go. Give me my biggest benefits of installing Discord. Maybe this gives me more motivation to start right away. If it's only 5 minutes, I can for sure find the time. It's just a matter of priorities. Okay, I get your setups for free. Okay, that's a good offer. Your A plus, your A plus setups, or just the B plus setups? Just joking. All right. Yeah, it sounds good. Like I'm open. I'm open for it. Like I really try to focus on my own setups and my own model. So I don't know if you're also considering only the time aspect here, but I'm strictly limited my trading to 9:30 to 11 o'clock New York time. So I'm really doing nothing else outside of it at the moment. But yeah, I'm curious. I think it's a good thing to exchange ourselves, and also to I'm curious about your trades and signals. I will do it. And actually limiting my focus on time has really like changed a lot for me. Prior, I tried to trade all day. I did the AM session, PM session, morning session, New York, London. And since I have just limited my trading to like 1.5 hours a day, it's much better for me. I'm not over trading anymore. I'm much more relaxed. I'm more willing to, I'm more stricter about my um, entries, about my rules, about everything. And also, I am much more relaxed in my life because I'm not worrying about trading in the morning or in the evening. I'm just taking the key hours, 9:30 to 11, and I don't give a shit about what's happening outside too much. And that's really a good mentally very good for my trading, in my opinion. Helped me a lot, and I'm much more profitable since I do that. You trade 9:30 to 11, but if no setups to date, and you wait for the launch macro. Okay, yeah, the launch macro is also cool. I usually just stop before. I'm leaving the chart before the launch macro, but yeah, so basically we have the same. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Same to you. So I think it's very good if you can motivate yourself. I have one friend started with me. Unfortunately, he has not stayed so far. I hope I can encourage him at some point again to start. He was the one who is the reason I started trading, but he had some motivational problems. So I think it's always good if you have a motivation and a good community to exchange and motivate each other. All right, so let's back to the price action. Too much psycho talking so much. So now we have it as I outlined prior. I was looking for the midpoint of this opening range gap, 19,780. We have reached that just now after some chop. Unfortunately, not directly from here. Unfortunately, got stopped out when I tried to reach the target from here. It had to go deeper into this fair value gap, took out liquidity, again retraced here. It's actually higher here, the fair value gap. Actually came deeper into this fair value gap again, and now reached finally the midpoint of this opening range gap. So I think this is also a good point technically. I think that deciding today for the taking no trade shows how good we have become. Technical saved me 20 handles. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. Yeah, sometimes it's really good if you stay out and you know you would have lost. And for me, I was even in these conditions, I was able to carve a small little profit out here live and also my private account. So I'm happy all the way. I followed my model, entering the first presented fair value gap here 2 times. So yeah, and I was able to prevent over trading by just stopping after 2 little losses. So again, my executions, 1 long here, 1 long here, a second long here, but got stopped out prior. However, still no big deal. And I think like I will close the stream now, but if we get very elevated, we could take out the high here at 1980.27. We have relatively equal highs here, so we should watch for this. And also we are back to 830 opening price here today. 830 opening price here, just touched that here. So, but I think this is a good point to close the stream. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm glad you stopped by, Abdul. I will install Discord. And I would be for everybody who watched, I would be very happy if you leave the stream a thumbs up, if you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and it would be huge motivation for me to grow this small little channel. I'll be back next week, probably on Tuesday. I will wish you a wonderful weekend and see you next time. Goodbye, Abdul. We will stay in touch. All right.